Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Well, Jim, it's always great to be on the show.
Larry, what's the outlook for your company going into the Labor Day weekend?
Well, certainly you can see the market has been a lot stronger, so I think we did manage to get some investors out of the last conference we were at in San Francisco, and that's always a good thing. It shows that people are beginning to recognize the project, and it's just basically an exciting time for the company as we keep inching up the board. We're up about 30% from our low of 14, and that's got to be good news for the shareholders. Now, I've been reading in Reuters that they figure that the battery industry, the recycling industry, would be worth about $22 billion or $20 billion and a year within a decade, and so you can imagine it's worth a few billion today. So again, that's excellent news for us. I can say that we're starting to get contacted again by some of the companies that were talking to us early last summer. And then everything kind of went quiet. Now we're getting recontacted, and that's another good sign for the company. And we're just looking at some of the proposals and everything else we have. We're finding there's a much larger market out there for scraps than we initially thought. And some of these companies are wanting to sell us the scrap at inflated prices. And some are looking at some kind of a joint venture to actually garner the scraps. And I'm thinking this kind of leaves us in a bit of a dilemma, because it's no different than if you were, say, a gold mining company, and you built a mill to actually process other people's, a custom mill, process other people's product, which is their ore. And there's a formula, and different formulas you can work out and how you can split the profits on that. So I'm really starting to investigate what would throw that out there, that perhaps because there's so many different companies that do have scraps, that perhaps we could enter into some custom milling, which would be our process agreement, that would be beneficial for both sides. And I think that's where we're ending up. We can't just do one-on-ones. I think that eventually, because of our process, the scrap business will come our way. But it still means that there's going to be a cost. I mean, nobody's going to give you a ton of material that has a few $1,000s worth of cathode material for nothing. And so that's something that we have to work on. It's a good problem. And I just have to say that after this weekend, we'll be traveling all next week into the U.S., and so I won't be available on the phone, but you can certainly contact me at the office. And, I think we're closing out August, at least at this time of the day, on a very good uptick. Did you have any questions specifically, Jim?
Not specifically, Larry, but for new listeners, maybe just remind people what you've accomplished and what you plan to do.
Okay, we've accomplished a process that, as far as we and all our research can find out, along with some of the companies that are looking at us, we're the most advanced in a circular economy solution for recycling lithium-ion batteries. And that economy is a hydrometallurgical process that has nothing going back into the environment. It's a cradle-to-grave solution. and we get up to 100% of the cathode materials out. So we recently announced that some of the numbers we're getting, but when we do some lock cycles, those will increase. It always has for the lithium, and I think that now people are beginning to recognize it, and this is going to be a real busy fall for the company, because I think we're going to have lots of meetings, and we'll see just exactly where they lead.
Larry, where can people find out more information, and where is American Manganese traded?
American Manganese is traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. It's traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF, and it's traded in the Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. And you can do due diligence on our site at AmericanManganeseInc.com. You can phone the company at 574-4444. The prefix on that 778. And you can email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thanks for the update.
You're welcome.
I'm Jim Goddard. I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Our conversation took place on August 31st.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.